Oh, we have 2 people on. They're coming.
Guys. So I guess this is birthday edition Facebook Live at Above Alaska Aviation. Yesterday was my birthday. Today is Andrew's birthday. So every year we celebrate together. Sarah's kind of got this one designed, so I don't know what we're supposed to do. Apparently there's some trivia involved.
Yep.
And maybe some prizes from our swag center out front. So I guess I'll give you an update on the Raffle plane. You're not going to see a whole lot of changes because it's all the tiny detail work, mainly back behind the instrument panel. But one cool thing, just in time for a birthday party, is we can have party lights now. So stay here and I'll turn on the party light.
Oh, we should wait and do that later when we have more people.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, Sarah's in charge of this one.
Yep, I'm in charge of this one.
We're waiting.
Doug's online from Tanis.
Yeah, Doug, nice. We got some Tanis stuff hanging out of the engine right now. We got the probes installed for the cylinder heat and the pads for the oil pan heater installed.
We should go look at those.
Let's go look at
Yep.
them.
And then Tanis is also throwing in some swag for the Raffle plane trivia.
Oh, nice.
So
Thanks, Doug. So we got these probes into each cylinder. They go up into, pull out an intake bolt and stick in the probe to replace that. So each cylinder actually gets a heating element. So you're warming up each individual cylinder. And down on the bottom here, we've got the oil pan heaters to heat up the oil as well. And of course, on the back side of the firewall, buried up underneath the instrument panel, is a cabin heater. So actually, I'll show you a cool little thing over here. Part of the Tanis system. So you can just walk right up to your bird after you win it in the winter. Flip that little guy.
that's cool.
And you stick a plug in there and it all gets heated up for you. That's pretty sweet. Still got a bunch of wires. So we had a little hold up on the engine, and that was that it didn't have the inner cylinder baffles, which are buried way up under here. You can see them, part of them there, but they go in between each cylinder to help direct the airflow. And they're kind of one of the first things you need to put on, and they just showed up in the mail, so we got those on. So now we can actually install the engine. But before we commit to that, I'm going to pull it back off so we can run a couple more control cables through the firewall without the engine in the way. But I'm hoping by the end of today we'll be securing the engine for its final resting place. You see we've got obviously the battery, we got a bunch of wiring for that. And then we got the coil pack for the electronic ignition mounted to the firewall, and that's all wired in now.
It's kind of cool being able to see this as it slowly goes on, because otherwise you can't see anything.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
You have a bunch of antennas on the back of the plane. I want to see those.
Okay.
What those are.
This guy is your emergency locating transmitter antenna. So if you have a bad landing, it sends out a signal so that the Blackhawks come and critique your flying skills. Over there on the wing root is a GPS antenna, and that's wired into the Dynon displays so that you have ground speed and your moving map and all that stuff. And it's kind of a cool antenna because it's actually powered. It does all the fancy technological stuff, but instead of just like a coax going to it, it's actually got 4 wires, so there's power and sensing and all that. And then this guy is your comm antenna, so you can run your radios and talk to people.
Clark is asking about EarthX.
We did not do EarthX. We've got a Odyssey battery, and that was mainly just kind of a flip of the coin. Last year we were working with EarthX, but they had yet to get STC'd, and other than just not reaching out to them this year. We just went with the Odyssey battery, but a person could swap that out for an EarthX. I believe they've got it STC for the 180 now, but I'm not 100% on that.
You want to show us the stars on the tail?
Yep. So keeping with the Alaska theme, we've got the Big Dipper with the North Star, north to Alaska.
So Plane Schemer designed that in from the
All
winning
way.
paint scheme.
Yep.
And then AirTech Coatings.
AirTech is the paint, which it's the first time we've used it, and every paint has its own techniques, and we did a bunch of practicing with it and got it dialed in, and so far it's turned out really well, and happy with it. Seems very durable. We've been climbing around inside the interior that was painted with AirTech and haven't scratched it up at all, so it's pretty strong paint. Pretty happy with it.
And then Fast Signs did the stars. Those are decals. And the Grizzly Paw is also a decal.
Yep. And the Grizzly Paw seemed somewhat controversial amongst the followers, so rather than painting it on, we used a vinyl sticker. That way, whoever wins it, if they want, they can take it off, or they can leave it on. And it's a very durable. A lot of people use the same vinyl for tail numbers, so it stays on, and it's really reliable stuff. So we had some questions about the wings, and I'd be happy to talk about those.
We going to the front or the back?
Right here.
Okay.
So the wings are pretty awesome, actually. So they were stock when we got them, and we added a Sportsman Stole kit, which is a piece of sheet metal that gets riveted from here all the way around to the top, and it's actually an extended and drooped leading edge, so increases lift and reduces stall speed, so you can fly slower. If you can fly slower, you can land and take off shorter. The other thing we did to the wings is we extended them with the WingX kit, and WingX not only extends it and adds that much more lifting surface. I'll show you the extension over here. I kind of touched on this a while back, but
You're going to have to yell.
so this whole section here is new. The wingtip would have been right here, but now this is all stretched out. So not only does it provide additional lifting surface, but it also, in their STC, ups the gross weight, so you can carry more in the airplane and still stay within your weight limits. The wing tip is Quasar from Steen Aviation, who also provides the crosswinds, or the Sportsman Stole. And these are really cool because they are collaborating with Aero LED for the landing lights in the tips. So there's one on each wing tip. And then we also kept the original leading edge landing and taxi lights. So there's actually four spotlights on there. So it's really bright, and you will definitely be seen day or night. Somebody asked about the fuel system. We kept the stock, I believe they're 30 gallons aside for the fuel. And a couple reasons we didn't go bigger is, the biggest one is probably time, because in order to put in extended tanks, you have to take the wing all apart and cut out ribs and put in reinforcements, and a lot of modification involved. So right now it's just stock. I suppose a person could extend them in the future, but we didn't go that route, mainly because of time, and it's also expensive. So just going with stock tanks. What else? Can we turn on the party lights yet?
No, not yet, but soon. Okay, so we're going to ask our first trivia question of the Raffle plane, and mainly because a bunch of people are asking it already, is what year was this 180 manufactured? So the first person to comment correctly in the comments is going to get something fun. We'll send you something. So go comment now, and we will let you know the answer here in a little bit. And our second one, where's Andrew? Let's go find Andrew. So our birthday competition we are having is whoever can guess the age of Drew and Andrew are going to win a prize, either a shirt or a hat. So we need a good look at you, Andrew. We need to see if you have any gray hairs, any wrinkles, so we know how old you are. All right, everybody, get a really good look. There he is. How old is he today? First person to correctly comment. And then, yeah, mom and dad, you cannot comment. And then Drew, we're going to guess how old he is. So
Here's a hint. Look closely.
all right. So guess Andrew's age and Drew's age, and whoever guesses it correctly first, you can have a hat or t-shirt. And then, all right, what's our next thing we're gonna go look at? You want to do the light show? We can do the light show now.
Yes.
All right. Let's switch this around. No, you cannot give a hint on the airplane year. Stop that. So we are going to do a light show. Oh yeah, and Peter, so thanks for bringing that up. If you guess correctly how old both of them are, then you get a hoodie. So either you can guess their ages separate or together. And if you guess them both together correctly, you get a hoodie. All right, so should I go up there for this? All right, okay. All right. Wait. Okay, Dre, you get the lights. Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Wow, that's bright. Let me come. Whoa. There's some bright lights. And these are LED.
Yeah, they're Aero LEDs, and they are really bright.
Really bright. So you will have no problem at all being seen. No, we're not giving away any preheaters from Tanis, but they have some awesome hoodies and shirts and a really cool like speaker radio like thing. But Doug can't answer that. He's on here.
So while we have the master going, I can show you guys the instrument panel.
Oh yeah.
So let's go turn those on.
Here, I'm gonna go on the other side. Oh, this is really bright.
So right now we just have the master switch on, and this guy and this guy are connected direct to the main bus. That way when you go to start your airplane up, you can flip those on and you'll have engine readings. The X's are because the probes aren't hooked up yet, which is, like I explained earlier, got to be done before those will work. So you have those two main instruments for when you fire up, but so that you don't, when a lot of times, or sometimes when you're first starting the engine and the alternator comes online, you can get a voltage spike and you don't want to burn up all your avionics. So we have an avionics master which fires up the rest of all that. So the idea being that you can flip your master on, and as you start, you can check for oil pressure And then once everything's online and properly charging, you can flip your avionics on, which powers up the radio and the Dynon displays. And they're like real computers. They actually go through a boot up, and you can see here in a second that they'll start doing their boot process. And then they will ultimately display whatever selected display you want to have.
So are you gonna have to like do software updates and stuff? And
There is GPS database uploads, and there's these two USB ports here, so you can actually take screenshots with them. So if you're in flight and there's something you want to save to send a Dynon or for your own records, you can do a screenshot, and then you can plug in a thumb drive and download that later when you're back home. And that's also how you would update your GPS databases for like airport information and whatnot. And then, as you can see, there's X's and a bunch of warnings because there's a bunch of calibration that has to be done. So once we have everything final, and we'll have to level it and run it through its whole calibration process, and it'll get it all configured, and then you'll actually have a moving map or 6-pack instrument display. I have a lot of research to do. I'm going to be sitting in this airplane for a week trying to figure out how to operate that stuff, which whoever wins it, I'd be happy to transfer that knowledge. Pretty cool. The other things we have yet to do is run all the controls through. I wanted kind of behind the panel, I'm working my way from the top down so that I don't have a bunch of stuff in my way as I'm working in there. And so we've got the primer all hooked up now, and now I got to run the prop and throttle and mixture and cowl flaps and cabin heat, cabin air, all that stuff needs to go through. And that'll fill out these holes down here. And of course put the glove box in.
so is there anything on the panel that isn't there that you wish was? They say hindsight's 2020, so from this panel, what do you think? Is there anything you would put on here that it doesn't have?
Boy, I don't think so. I mean, it's got pretty much everything.
There's lots of room though. There's like this little teeny tiny spot right up there.
Yeah. One thing that Dynon is working on is getting STC for the 180 for autopilot, and this can actually, once they have that, you can install autopilot in this, which is just another module that goes back behind the panel, and then some servos to run the control cables, and you have full hands-off, full axis, 3-axis autopilot. And then they also have an IFR module. Once that gets approved, then you can put that in and make this whole thing IFR certified. So you can fly in the clouds. IFR, Instrument Flight Rules, for those that don't know. Yeah.
That's cool. We've got our awesome skylights. There's actually a lot. It's really bright in here considering all the lights in the hangar are off. I like that gray. It makes it look nice and spacious. Pretty cool. Jonathan says that's what the right seater is for. Autopilot.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the update.
Cool. All right. So we have a bunch of people answering the questions for the birthday and the year of the plane. So I'll have to go and check to see who won what, but the year of the plane is a 1955. And how old are you?
Just turned 30.
How old are you? And you have to speak up.
I'm 42.
42. So Drew's 42. Let's go find out how old Andrew is. All right, Andrew. Gig is up.
What's up?
How old are you?
I am 29 years old today.
29. All right. So if you guessed 29 and 42. Those are the winning numbers in 1955. Let's see. So, oh, Andrew, we have a question for you. Can you hit the lights?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna go ask Andrew a question. All right, are you ready?
Yep. What is it?
This is a very serious question.
Okay.
We want the history of why Andrew lost his beard. Dre, have you found his beard yet?
Long beard in a shop gets caught on drills too often and sharp edges, and so it started getting plucked out, and so I decided to lop it off.
But the good news is anybody who has one of our planes has your DNA in it.
I'm sure of it. Yes.
All right. Do you guys have any other questions for Andrew or Drew or the Raffle plane? Let us know. I'm going to go over here. You take this and watch the out for that. That's where the mic is. Okay. Questions. Tire size. What is going to be the tire size of the Raffle plane? And is it going to become with tires or floats installed?
So the tire size are going to be Alaska Bush Wheels 29-inch heavy tread
Not
tires. Nope, those are just sitting there right now because it keeps the airplane lower, which makes it easier to work on. And here in the next few days, we're going to be jacking the whole airplane up and getting rid of those old steel gear legs and little tires and going with titanium gear legs and the 29-inch bush wheels.
So the tire that is on the tail, is that staying?
Yes, that's the tail wheel, the landing gear works. That's their whole titanium stinger and their whole tail wheel assembly.
Okay, and then another question we have. Okay, so I think we had a question of, will you be able to put floats on it? Which the answer is yes, because it's coming with a set of floats.
Yep, it's coming with a brand new set of Whip Air 3000 straight floats.
Yep,
But
the
it'll be delivered with tires, and then you'll have to put the floats on when you want to fly floats.
So what if someone wants to put skis on it?
It has ski fittings. It has plumbing for hydraulic wheel skis. Does not come with the skis, but you could easily put them on. It's all set up for it.
So if you wanted to put skis on it and it has 29-inch bush wheels, how does that work?
You'll have to swap out to smaller. Well, either you go with straight skis or smaller tires. I have a question.
Yes.
Jeff asks, who will be test flying it and will it be recorded? You're looking at the test fly. Yeah, I test fly all these, and every airplane we put out of here, we test fly unless the client wants it for themselves to test fly. And as far as recording it, yes, it will be recorded, but probably not live because I don't need that added stress.
We have this back.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, keep going. Oh, hey, Krem. Krem's on.
Hey,
You guys say hi.
Test flying is nerve-wracking. When you build a whole airplane from the ground up, and that first flight's always get a little shaky. But we just make sure that we do all the ground checks and make sure everything's 100%. We look over the whole airplane several times, and at some point you just gotta throw the fire at it and go for it. So, we'll share that stuff with you guys.
Okay, we have another question for Andrew. Andrew, the people want to know, what is your favorite recommended brew from Denali Brew Pub?
I am a big fan of the Grove IPA, so get yourself some of that. It's delicious.
Awesome. Okay, and then, the other question was, can you put a belly cargo pod on this?
Yes, you can. And it's purchase a belly pod. It comes with all the hardware to attach it, and it doesn't take very long at all. So, yes, you can put a belly pod on.
Okay, and Trevor wants to know what yolks we're putting on it.
We're putting the original yolks that are in it.
Let's go look.
Yep, we can go look at them. One thing we did do is we modified them. So originally it had a remote push-to-talk switch that was Velcroed on with a big wire cord hanging off, and we are putting the push-to-talk. We're installing it permanently right there. So the tape's on there. Just hold that in until we wire it.
Cool. I like the original yolks. Looks awesome.
Keeps it classic.
Okay, so while we're talking about yolks and push to talk, the people want to see the headsets.
Okay, they're over here.
So David Clark, the past couple years, has sponsored a headset, meaning one headset, for the raffle plane for us. But this year, since we did a Cessna 180, they were kind and generous enough to send us 2. Can you hear us?
What? So these are actually noise canceling also. So you put a battery in here and it mutes all the external noise. And they're also designed to fit into their helmets, which are at Alaska Hydrographics. I think they're done now, but they hydro dipped them with a cool pattern on them, kind of match the theme of the plane. And those go up inside that helmet. So get helmets for safety and awesome noise canceling headsets, thanks to David Clark.
And they come with these really cool little carrying bags. And batteries, which is awesome. Yeah. So there are 2 of those this year, not just one. There's 2 of them. Which is cool. Peter will like to know, will the plumbing work for amphibs?
Should, yeah. I don't see why not, because it's plumbed for skis up and down, so I don't know why that wouldn't also work for amphibs, but I've never installed amphibs, so I don't know if that's an accurate statement or not. But I would think that it could be dual-purposed.
Okay. And then our last trivia question for the raffle plane is, what was the original color of the airplane? So if you can guess what the original color was. Oh, here we go. So we have someone who says they're a conventional Cessna pilot. Is it very difficult to learn the tail skate? Coming from a certified tailwheel instructor, what is your opinion?
It takes practice. Definitely there's a reason why there's an endorsement. So the big thing is dancing on the pedals, keeping the tail behind you. What I always used as an analogy for students was, imagine taking a car and driving backwards at 60 miles an hour and letting go of the steering wheel. The car's going to want to spin around and go the opposite direction, or do a 180 on you, and that's what tailwheels want to do, especially when you're decelerating on a landing, as all that weight's behind you and it wants to come around. So you have to dance on the pedals to keep that tail behind you. I know that when I had moved to Alaska, I was flying only tailwheel for several years, and I went down to the States and rented an airplane, and they required a checkout with an instructor, and it was, I believe, a 172 tail or nose wheel, and I was going down the runway dancing on the pedals, and the instructor said, "What are you doing?" It was just a habit from flying tailwheels, but you really don't need to do that on a nose wheel, as you know. So, but yeah, just a little bit of practice and you figure it out.
Okay, so we are going to go over to Dre. So Dre, how many hours do you think you have stripping paint off of the raffle plane?
Between scraping and sanding, well, 1 week I definitely know that it was 46 hours of just sanding. A yellow line. I hope you like the yellow line.
So what would we have a lot of guesses coming in for the original color of the plane. What was the original color of the plane?
Well, that's a trick question because it was 3 colors that we got it as. I don't know if 1955, who knows what it actually looked like, but when we were taking the paint off, it was white, blue, and another blue, kind of tealy blue.
Awesome. All right. That's the official answer. And she is the official sayer of the answer since she had to help strip all of the paint off. So she knows. Oh, so Trevor says he believes it's technically called surge blue.
All right.
So that sounds like a new blue color for us. Okay. I think that's everything.
Can we go back to work now?
No, now we get to eat cake
Cake. And sing happy birthday.
and sing happy birthday and eat tacos. And Emma, what'd you bring for potluck? Beans. We've got, no. Oh, Dre,
Yeah.
you have a bat rap for us that yesterday you said you were going to sing for everybody.
Unfortunately, I already sung it this morning.
You want to sing it once a day?
Yeah, once a day.
Once a day.
An audience of 2. We're a little late to this party.
All right, so we'll need to make requests for Dre's bat rap song.
Maybe on my birthday.
And on her birthday, we'll try to bring that up. And then we have a question for what product did you use to strip the raffle plane?
A bunch of them.
One of each.
So, my experience with stripping paint is there's no one stripper that will strip all paints. So we usually start out with 3 or 4 different brands and find the one that works the best. And what we found worked the best on this one was actually a product called Citrus Strip, which is available at your Home Depot, Lowe's, and it's a citrus based, so it doesn't stink, doesn't burn you if you get it on you. And we found the trick was to cover it with the stripper and then cover the stripper with painter's plastic for at least 24 hours, and then it works overnight or during that time, and then you pull the plastic off and then a scraper, and you do that 2 or 3, sometimes 4 times on the thick stuff, and then anything after that is Scotch-Brite or sanding. Very labor intensive.
Okay. And then can you take us in and show us what shirts are available for when our winners decide what shirts or hats they want? And just an FYI, if you are a size large or XL, you're going to be getting a Tana shirt because we are all sold out of ours. Oh, Henrik's going to make you some waffles. You should wink for him. Send him a wink.
All right.
Send him a wink.
All right, this is for Henrik. So we got hats. We're like Sarah mentioned, we're low on inventory because we're not doing the show, so we didn't re-up our inventory. But got black, got tan, shirts. We have a couple of different designs. This is a very popular one.
And those are for women. So everything you see on this shelf is our women shirts.
And different colors. We got blue and gray of that same design. We have we call it a low neck stole for short takeoff and land. Talkeetna, Alaska on it. We got an old school one, which is this design here. It's from back in our days, Flying Champs. And we've got more of the stole stuff, moose design. And then we have men's stuff. This is a kind of a cool one. The idea being we do aircraft rebuild, so the airplane's partially taken apart, but yet flying.
I like that shirt. That's a cool shirt. So right now we just have those shirts in medium and small. So like I said, if you're a large or extra large, it would be coming from Tanis. And then hoodies, you want to show us what hoodies we have?
And that is Alaska and Talkeetna. I have the Moose design with the Cub. We got the Champ design. And
Yep. So we have our hoodies in small and medium. Again, if you're larger than that, it's going to be coming from Tanis. Oh, AirTech Coating says hi.
what's up, AirTech? This is large, I think.
Yeah, but it's also like sun faded and painted on. It has like overspray on it, I think.
This is just a simple one, though. It says above Alaska.
Same blue as the old Raffle plane.
Yeah. So those are choices.
Cool. All right, so we have to eat our potluck and cupcakes.
Yum.
And we will try to get to, if you guys left any questions in the comments we didn't get to, we'll try to get to those. And Drew will be answering emails at some point. Oh, they want to see the Draco shirt.
This was from the Talkeetna fly-in, so you can't really give those away.
No. Back in the fly-in days. Back before the old COVID and we had fly-ins. All right. Anything else?
I'm done. I want to get that raffle plane finished.
Boy. All right. Off we go.
All right.